Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about the books I've read in the past year in 2023 because I love reading. I've been reading for like almost 4 years, and I've accumulated reading almost 100 books. But last year it was a pretty busy year for me. I only read like around 20 books last year, but I'm gonna pick 4 of my favorites today and explain all 4 books that I think you should read, and also they're my personal favorite of the year. So I read everything. I read fiction, non-fiction, so pretty much everything. If a friend recommend a book to me, I will read it. Or if I see a YouTuber recommend it or a TikToker recommend the book, I will also read it. So I read pretty extensively, and I read a lot during my free time and just for fun. So most of the time I use my iPad to read. I downloaded all the books on my Kindle, so it's like very easy. I can like just click whatever book I want, and it's really easy. I can take it with me like everywhere, and I think it's better than hardcover books for me. So the first book I'm going to talk about is a non-fiction book. It's called Stolen Focus. It's a book about talk about your focus, because our ability to pay attention is collapsing. Like you can tell. Our everyday life, we're just scrolling on our phone and not paying attention to things, and we have like really short attention span. In the United States, teenagers can focus on one task only for 65 seconds at a time, and office workers average only 3 minutes. So like many of us, the author was finding constantly that switching from device to device, and it is a really depressing way to live. The author actually tried all sorts of like self-help solutions, like even abandoning his phone for like 3 months. Like he didn't use his phone at all for 3 months, but nothing actually worked to like gain his focus back. So the author went on an epic journey across the world to interview all the lead experts on human attention to find out ways that we can gain back our focus. And he discovered that everything we actually knew about this crisis was wrong. We think about our inability to focus as a personal failure, like we often blame ourselves not disciplined enough. But the truth is even more disturbing. So our focus has been stolen by the powerful external forces that have left us uniquely vulnerable to corporations determined to raid our attention for profits. So it's not entirely our own fault. It's about the environment and how it kind of like shape you into the person that you are today. Harry, the author, found that there are 12 deep causes of this crisis, from the decline of mind wandering to rising pollution, all of which had robbed some of our attention. So in the book Stolen Focus, he introduces readers to Silicon Valley dissidents who learn to hack human attention, and veterinarians who diagnose even dogs with ADHD. He explored a lot of places and interviewed a lot of people. In the end, he learned how we can reclaim our focus as individuals and as a society if we are like determined to fight for it. I think this book really changed how I actually do things. In the end, I think this book really taught me how to regain my focus, and I can be more focused on myself and not be controlled by the technology that we have today. The second book I read that I really like is The Omnivore's Dilemma. So it is by the famous author Michael Pollan, and he invites us to explore the fascinating world of what we eat and where it comes from. For me, I'm like really interested in any books that talk about food. I even read his like another books on psychedelics, but that one is like more a little bit weird. But I like this his most famous book, Omnivore's Dilemma. So the book takes us on a captivating journey through 4 distinct meals, so each representing a different source of food: industrial, organic, local, and hunted. Michael Pollan meticulously investigates the processes behind each meal and unraveling the layers of our modern food system. So, first of all, we explore the industrial food system where mass production and factory farming dominates. Pollan sheds light on the environmental and ethical implications, prompting readers to question the impact of their choices on the world around them. And then the next is he talks about organic food industry, which aims to prioritize sustainability and ethical farming practices. Next one is hunting expeditions, providing a unique perspective on obtaining food directly from nature. He explores the relationship between human and the environment and invite readers to reflect on the ethical considerations of hunting as a source of sustenance. So throughout the book challenges us to think critically about their food decisions and empower them to make informed and responsible choices. So I definitely learned about where the food we eat every day comes from after reading this book, and I'm way more conscious in what to eat and what to not eat in my daily life to live healthier and make better choices. In the end, I think the book The Omnivore's Dilemma is a really compelling exploration of the food we eat and the impact of our choices. It is an eye-opening journey that encourages our minds to become more thoughtful consumers and foster a sense of responsibility for the planet and the well-being of the future generations. So the next book I recommend is a fiction story. So it is a novel. I picked this book up because it's shortlisted for the Booker Prize of 2023, and it is a really huge book. It's around 600 to 700 pages, but it's a really page turner. I finished it in a week or a half, which I usually don't finish that length of a book in such a short period of time because I'm not really a fast reader. The Bee Sting is very funny, a sad and truthful story of the Barnes family. The setting is in contemporary Ireland, and the book is really written with considerable wit and compassion. All the characters, I think, they are really unforgettable, and each member of the Barnes family is facing their own inner demons, which we learn about through the alternating chapters, and that is dedicated to each character. At first, the story starts with the daughter, Cass, and then throughout the book, each chapter has different characters' point of view. So the father, Dickie, mother, Imelda, and then the little brother, PJ. So after reading this book, I feel like it kind of reflects my own family for a bit because this book is mainly about this one family, this particular family, the Barnes family. They all have their own secrets, and even though you are from the same family, you might not know what everyone is going on. So this book, in the end, they actually all came together, but you don't even know what the end is gonna be because it's an open ending. So this book is really fun. In the end, it actually turns into kind of a horror story, and it's left you wanting to read more. And then I also hope they come up with a second book because the way the author described the whole story, even though it's 700 pages, but it feels only 300 pages because it's so interesting, and the story very attention grabbing, and I couldn't stop reading this book. So the last book that I really like this year is also a fiction. It's called Cleopatra and Frankenstein. The novel is about a 24-year-old British girl named Cleo, and she moved from England to New York and still finding her place in New York. A few months before her student visa ends in the States, she met Frank. So Frank is 20 years older and a self-made success. Frank's life is full of the excesses Cleo lacks. So he offers her a chance to be happy, like give her everything she wants and all that. So let her paint and do everything she likes. And then they got married like after a few months of meeting each other. But their impulsive marriage was really changed both of their lives and the lives of those close to them in the ways they never could have predicted. So at first the story is about this couple, and then it affects everyone around them. At first I think this story is only about like a love story, but it is totally not. The book title is pretty interesting because you wouldn't think Cleopatra and Frankenstein would be like in the same space. That's why I actually picked this book to read, because of the title of the book. In the novel, each compulsively readable chapters explore the lives of Cleo, Frank, and all of their friends and family as they grow up and grow older. Where actually Cleo's best friend, he's like struggling to embrace his gender queerness in the wake of after Cleo's marriage, or like Frank's financially dependent sister arranging like dates to support herself after being cut off by her family. Also Cleo and Frank themselves as they discover the trails of their marriage and mental illness. The character is very absorbing and painfully relatable. For me, I actually look at my relationship and reflect on my relationship after reading this book, because not all the relationship in our lives would be perfect. So this book is like really heartbreaking, because I think the only person who actually has a good ending is Frank, because he actually found his love of his life in the end, but not Cleo. She's still working on herself, which is okay because she's still young, and then we can still explore a lot in our life. But then in the end, I feel like there will always be a solution to like all the relationship problems in your life, and you don't have to be like sad or depressed over time, because there's always a way that you can find out and make your life better. So I hope you enjoy my book review today, and don't forget to let me know in the comments if you read any of the books that I really like or I recommend. So I'll see you next time. Bye.